Alright guys, so I want to start today's video with saying that the inexpensive, like budget, truly wireless earbud market just keeps getting better and better. I mean, if you're wanting to spend $50 or less, there are a lot of earbuds to choose from, and today's pair is another one that you want to add on that list. Now the pair we're going to look at is the Tronsmart Spunky Beat. Now, I do want to point out that I think the name is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of hard to take this seriously with the name Spunky Beat, but let's go ahead and check out some of those specs and what it is you get inside the box. Now, the first thing I want to point out is it does have Bluetooth 5.0, but the surprising thing here is it's also using the Qualcomm 3020 chip, so you're getting aptX and AAC playback. So right out of the box, you're getting some of the best Bluetooth quality that you could possibly get. Now, as far as the IP rating, it is rated at IPX5. So this is a pair that if you go out and you exercise, do whatever you need to do, you don't really have to worry, because if you sweat heavily or it happens to rain or whatever, if you get water splashed on them, it'll be okay. Just make sure that you do not submerge these into water. Now, as far as what you're getting inside the box, now you are getting the usual small, medium, and large silicone ear tips, and I'm happy to say that you're also getting a USB-C charging cable for charging. But the case itself actually has its own built-in cable so that you're able to plug it in that way. And that means you don't actually have to keep up with the charging cable, which is really nice. Now, speaking of the charging cable, another one of the impressive things about these Spunky Beats is that you're getting 7 hours of battery life individually on the earbuds. Now, that's rated if you're going to listen to them at about 50% volume, which I'm going to say is actually pretty loud, because these earbuds can get really loud. Now, as far as the charging case, it's going to get you around 24 hours total worth of use. And so for me, I think that's very impressive, especially on a very inexpensive pair like these. Now, as far as the case itself, it is really small, especially considering that it has the cable built in. Now, we've seen these before on the JLab JBuds Air, but the difference here is the case also allows you to plug in a USB-C cable if you want to charge it that way. So if the cable happens to break, which is a concern for me because this is a very thin cable, you at least have the option to plug it in outside the case as well. Around on the front of the case, you have 4 indicator lights to let you know where the battery life of the case is at. And I always prefer that over the single indicator light because you can just gauge your battery life a little bit better. Now, when you open up the case, you can see that these earbuds are extremely tiny. When you put these in your ear, it's very easy to forget that they're even there. They're extremely comfortable, and once you find the ear tip that has the right fit, they're not moving anywhere. Now, there is a light ring around these to show you if they're in pairing mode or to show you when they're paired, but it's not a light that's going to constantly go off the whole time that you're wearing these. Now, as far as the controls, these do utilize touch controls, and the controls work great. And I'm happy to say that they control everything. So you have play, pause, skipping forward, going backwards, turning your volume up and down. Just the fact that you can control everything, again, is a huge plus. So that is another very nice feature in these. Now, as far as the microphones on here, they are using the CVC 8.0 technology, which again is doing a very good job of blocking out your outside surroundings and allowing the mics to focus in on your voice. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here.
Alright guys, so here is a mic test using the Spunky Beats. Again, I think this is pretty impressive considering these are so small and so jammed in your ear that they're even able to pick up details in my vocals at all. But this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And now I'm playing a crowd noise on the speakers in the back so that you can hear that here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public.
Now we need to speak about the sound, and the sound is where this gets exciting for me. All of that really doesn't mean anything if they don't sound good. And the sound of these are very, very vibrant. In fact, there's so much focus in on the treble that in some cases it can kind of sound harsh, but to me that's a good thing. You're hearing a lot of details that a lot of other earbuds aren't picking up, while at the same time having very, very impressive, impactful bass. But the bass seems to have a little bit of air to it, has a little bit of distance, so it's not as upfront as the details of the mids and the treble. The treble is some of the most impressive I've heard out of a pair of truly wireless earbuds, while they're still able to keep the mids very forward. Male, female vocals sounded great. So guys, that is my video on the Tronsmart Spunky Beats. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.